Hello everyone. Today we will see how SLAs are created and used in Dynamics 365 customer service. We will also talk how SLAs work with entitlements. Let's see things in action. Before SLAs, let's talk about calendars. So we have two types of calendars, customer service calendar and holiday calendar. Holiday calendars are used to mark holidays they offer the organization which impact service level agreements. Each holidays. Here you can define all the holidays like Christmas, New Year, blah blah, everything. And customer service calendar is a calendar which define timing of support team to provide support to customers. Let me make new calendar. Asia customer support. So we have weekly schedule over here. So we can define days, which day you want to work on, work hours, maybe it's from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can also define 24 by 7 support. Here in holiday schedule, you can define the observe holidays and choose holiday calendar. Also cross check time zone. So this is our calendar for customer support. So now we'll talk about SLA KPIs and SLAs. First of all, we'll talk about SLA KPIs. So what are SLA KPIs? These are for the tracking performance like first response or how long resolution takes. Let's make new KPI. Let's name it case response. Entity. By default, only case entity is visible here. However, other entities like lead, account, contact, order can be enabled for SLA if required, but that needs the help of customization. So I have enabled lead entity as well for the SLAs because I'm also using Dynamics 365 sales modules. In case you want to enable entity for the SLA, you can also do from the Power Apps. Let's choose case over here. Based on entity, we have KPI field. Let's choose over here first response by KPI. Now next field is applicable from. This is very important. So we have to select a value based on which warning and failure times are measured. So I'm choosing here credit on. So all the warnings and failure times are being considered starting from credit on of the case. Creating KPIs for SLAs help define the success, failure or warning criteria for SLAs. Let's save it and also activate it. We have defined our KPI. Now we'll define SLA. New SLA. So SLAs basically track policies and ensure customers are being supported as per the agreements. Let me name it Elite Support SLA. As for the case. So once I save the SLA, we get the option here SLA items. In particular SLA, we can have multiple SLA items. Let's create a new SLA item. Let's give it a name VIP care and KPI we have to choose. So in our case response, we can only choose active KPIs. So this item will be based on this KPI. The option allow pause and resume. Enable this option if you want SLA to be paused during the time record is on hold. Like sometime you can also put your case on the hold. Although I can choose calendars, but I'll choose calendar in next part of demonstration. As of now, I'm not choosing any calendar. for business hours. Let me save it. Success condition cannot be empty. Great. So there are two things applicable when a success condition. So what is the meaning of applicable when? This section defines the condition for when SLA can be applied for the entity. The SLA is triggered when this condition is met. For example, I want to add a condition. Okay, we have cases like in cases we have this field type. I want SLA should not be applicable for everything and only for the problem. So I'll define here case type equal problem. And let's talk about success conditions. So we have one field here, first response sent. Yes, no. So if our first response sent equals yes. So this is our applicable when condition and it is our success condition. Let me save it. Save and close. So you can define multiple SLA items like this. So now we have to fill one and fill conditions. One after maybe let's say 4 hours and failure after 1 day. Save it. Save and close. So you can define multiple SLA items like this in particular SLA. Let me activate it now. So now we have SLA KPI ready and SLA ready based on that. So how to apply SLA to case? We can apply SLA in multiple ways: manually, by setting SLA as default, by using the entitlement, and also automatically with Power Automate and plugins. So we see all one by one except the last one, which is beyond the scope of this video. So if we want to apply it manually, uh, once we have any case, like for example this case, make a new case from here. We can choose SLA. Please notice that SLA field is not enabled by default on the forms. You may need to take your help of customizer or administrator to get this field enabled on your forms. So this way you can apply SLA manually, but sometimes this is not a suitable way for the organization. So many organizations define SLA and define them as default, like set as default. And how to apply SLA with entitlement we'll talk later on. Let's create a new case. Let's choose a customer. See, SLA option is not available here because I have not enabled SLA field on this form. Click on details. Because in the conditions of the SLA item, in applicable when I have mentioned case type should be problem, then only SLA will execute. So if I keep this field blank or something else, there is nothing in context of SLA. But if I change this to problem, if I save it, still there is nothing. You can see that now we have this option first response in 23 hours 58 minutes 57 seconds. Why 23 hours? This one is 1 day and 1 day means 24 hours. Fine. Now let's change the scenario. Go to service terms. Let's go to SLA, deactivate. Here I'm choosing calendar, Asia customer support. We have defined in the calendar timings are from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Earlier we have not chosen any calendar, so timing was all day, all timings. Save it. Now activate. Let's make a new case. So I'm choosing problem here. See, we cannot say any SLA item over here. Reason being, after activation, we again have to set as default. Go back to case. Notice that now first response is 1 day, 23 hours, 59 minutes. Why so? Although we have defined, so it is 1 day. 1 day means 24 hours. Our calendar is from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So work will happen today till 10 p.m. and rest work will be tomorrow or day after tomorrow. This is the reason is showing 1 day, 23 hours, 58 minutes. Let's take one more example. Deactivate. 5 hours after 1 minute. So warning after 1 minute and failure after 5 hours. Save and close. Save. Activate. Set as default. Let's make a new case. $16. Reason being is 5:44 right now. So work will happen till 10 p.m. Then 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. there is no work, and then work will start at 10 a.m. Total duration of the clock is 16 hours. I hope it's clear to you. Let's also see the same case in the Copilot service workspace. Please notice the symbol is warning symbol. Reason being, we define warning after 1 minute. So it's look like this. We have defined success condition first response send equal to yes. Let's open this case here. So as of now I'm choosing this field manually, but in real practice this field is set by some workflow or plugin when you send a response to customer. Let me save it. You can see first response is succeed. For calculation of the timings, please refer this page. Please refer some more scenarios on this Microsoft Doc link I have shared in the description. So we have seen how to define SLA KPI, SLA calendars, how to use it manually, how to use set as default. Now we apply SLAs along with entitlements. I already have this entitlement premium for this customer and I have attached the SLA to this one. Let me change the SLA for this customer. I want to choose this SLA for this customer. Save and close. Let me create a new case. I choose customer, dimension works. So we have defined the entitlement for the customer. So SLA should be applied automatically. Let me choose problem here as well. Now you can see that once we define the entitlement, SLA applied automatically to this case. Let's go back to SLAs. Deactivate. Let's assume on warning or failure or on success, you want to do some actions. In that case, you can configure actions. It open the Power Automate. In the Power Automate, you can configure actions and reminders. Continue. Here we have switch option, where we have three options, which are these options. These options are available under the Power Automate switch. So near compliance is warning equals 2 equals 4. If you are doing this, means you are aware of the Power Automate logic. So let me add action over here. For example, send email be to myself. If you're good in the Power Automate, you can define your logic here. Let's save it. You can also write logic for the other conditions like success and failure. Go back to my flows. The flow. Save and close. Activate the SLA again. Set as default. Let's make a new case. Let me see this case in Copilot Service Workspace. Refresh. Now you can see there's a warning for this. Let him go to Power Automate. All runs. 554. 554. This action happened. So I should have got email for this case warning. So today we learned how to create SLA KPIs, SLAs, how to apply SLAs, and how to do actions with the help of Power Automate. Thank you.